today in the NBA, the news that former Commissioner David Stern has died. Utica Comets defenseman Brogan Rafferty has been named CCM AHL Rookie of the Month. Forward Reed Boucher and defenseman Brogan Rafferty have been named AHL All-Stars.
Feels good. It's a huge honor.
NFL playoffs begin this weekend, and one of the teams playing in this wildcard weekend is New York's own Buffalo Bills. Roberts gets the ball in the paint, makes the layup. She scores her 1,000th and 1,001st point of her career.
It was special for me tonight to be able to do it.
Another girls varsity basketball player has now scored her 1,000th point. Tonight, it was Adirondack's Belle Crandall. Justin Bailey swoops in. He's been on fire lately. His third hat trick in 4 games.
I've just been able to use my speed, my size to create chances for myself and my teammates.
The National Baseball Hall of Fame has just announced the election results for the class of 2020. It's Derek Jeter and Larry Walker.
It starts somewhere, and for me, it started, as I've been told, in a beeline from Cooperstown to Utica is 33 miles.
New York Giants quarterback Eli Manning has now officially announced his retirement.
I think we just have a lot of heart, like the girls want to be here.
The Warriors win their first ever sectional final.
And I'm going to call it right now, right here. We're going to win. We're going to win.
Came down to the final second. Whitesboro holds on to the lead right there to win by 1 point, 54-53.
I don't care where they're coming from, where they've been. Like, they're playing the American Hockey League. They need to be ready to compete.
Johnson threw up a long shot and made a buzzer beater 3 to win the game. Whitesboro down by 2, 10 seconds left in the game. Shortino throws up a layup but misses, and then there's a foul right there on Zach Britt. So Bishop Grimes hits both free throws. They're up by 4. Last chance for the Warriors. Josh Ruffing with the 3. He hits it with 1 second left, but the Warriors are 1 point shy. The clock runs out and Whitesboro loses its first game of the year, and Oneida wins 62-34.
Hi, Mom.
Rafferty shot, scores! And with that, Brogan Rafferty sets a new franchise record for points by a D-man in a single season.
Colgate had the ball in the final seconds of play with a chance to tie it, but the Raiders missed a couple of 3-point shots, and Boston University wins the Patriot League championship.
I mean, I want to win that state championship.
We're ready to go, and I think we're ready to take it on and hopefully bring the trophy back home.
We just played our hearts out like it was our last time because it could have been our last game.
At the moment, that was the Warriors' last game. In a world where sports bring people together and are often a relief from other world-pressing news, today sports have become the subject of the news. The NBA has suspended the rest of its season starting tomorrow.
Hopefully we play on Saturday.
It'll be a different story if we have all of our fan base or a quarter of it.
When we first heard, we were so bummed out, tears.
It's a lot. Like, that's pretty much, like, we're just overwhelmed right now.
It was really abrupt, really fast.
It just kind of came crumbling down on us.
Like, in a 10-minute span, our whole basketball season has been flipped from, like, the greatest season we've ever had to, like, almost nothing at this point.
It's hard not knowing that your last practice, your last game was going to be your last practice or your last game.
It did catch us off guard. We thought there might be some postponement. Really disappointing. We met yesterday on, hey, season's over. And that'll take some time.
Empire 8 Conference and the Utica City School District canceling all spring sports. The National Baseball Hall of Fame has closed indefinitely. Section 3 has suspended all high school sport activities. New York State forced all gyms to close this week.
You go from seeing each other, your teammates or your classmates, seeing people every single day to nothing.
Winter came to an abrupt end.
I would rank this as by far the most difficult decision that I've been a part of.
It's hard because you have this whole schedule laid out, but right now we don't have the end in sight.
Now to have it in question, like, will that count still?
If I knew it was the last time I was going to practice with them, I would have made it more fun.
The 2005 Notre Dame high school graduate has been named the next head coach of the Ithaca College men's basketball team.
The Baseball Hall of Fame announcing just last night that it has canceled the 2020 induction weekend.
It's not worth risking anybody's health for an event like this. It should be a celebratory, universally just a happy experience.
The Perfect Game Collegiate Baseball League has canceled its 2020 season.
There are thousands of student athletes who are
missing out on an opportunity to get in front of scouts.
The Utica Comets' 7th year came to an unusual end this morning as the American Hockey League announced the cancellation of the rest of the season.
You feel like you get cheated on a little bit.
Racing returns to Central New York tonight, the Conquer Corona 30.
Just looking forward to, like I said, getting back on the racetrack and doing what we like to do.
The traditional Boilermaker race has been canceled.
We do not view this decision as a DNF or a did not finish. Because, folks, the 2020 Boilermaker is far from over.
Major League Baseball and the MLB Players Association announced that they agreed to a plan for a 60-game season. Within 24 hours, visitors will be allowed back inside the building as the Mohawk Valley region of New York enters Phase 4. Baseball and softball are back in the Mohawk Valley.
My understanding, we're one of the very few facilities open.
Hamilton College and the NESCAC, the conference the Continentals belong to, both announcing today that fall sports will not take place in 2020.
Fall sports are now delayed until September 21st.
We better have a plan to be able to provide participation opportunities for student athletes if given the opportunity.
Let's do whatever we can to keep our students and our coaches healthy so we can get school started on September 8th, September 9th.
Do I think we're going to play? Probably no. Should we play? Absolutely yes.
Nobody wants to be the bad guy if things go wrong.
Baseball lost a legend early Monday morning.
Al Kaline, Tom Seaver, Lou Brock, Bob Gibson, Whitey Ford, Joe Morgan.
Phil Necro.
We've lost royalty, Hall of Fame royalty.
Today is the day we've all been waiting for, where low and moderate risk high school fall sports could begin practicing.
It's really exciting. After being gone for so long, it just feels like really something close to normal.
I think everyone's thankful that we still get to play. So whether we have to wear a mask or what on the field, we're still getting to play, and I think everyone's happy because of that.
Local high school games are back in action, and believe it or not, the day is here. The NESCAC has canceled its winter sports season. 6 goals in a single game, a new Holland Patton school record. 14-0 final Holland Patton. 14 goals in a single game, a record for Holland Patton.
In the Knights' next game, just 3 days later, she broke the record again. This time, scoring 7.
To just do it in 3 games is just like, wow, it's like crazy.
Holland Patton came in as the 3-time defending sectional champions. Now the Golden Knights are also the Center State Conference Tournament champions of 2020.
We put our minds to it and played with our heart, and we did it.
Really grateful for the opportunity, and it's just very nice that our school was able to work it out.
Oh my God, I've been playing soccer since I was 5. I've been growing up with these girls. It's very overwhelming.
The Empire 8 Conference unanimously decided to postpone winter seasons.
We've behaved well throughout this instead of just kind of throwing in the towel and kind of acting a little crazy and wild.
The Major Arena Soccer League is set to play its first game since March. The league all-star game is tomorrow.
There's been leagues that have been successful hosting games, and we can learn from that.
The International Boxing Hall of Fame announced the members of the class of 2021.
This announcement is a celebration of sports.
Major League Baseball announced this week that the Negro Leagues are now considered to have been major leagues.
The history of black baseball is an incredibly important part of the game's history.
The NHL announced that a 56-game regular season is set to begin on January 13th. The Boilermaker Road Race announced today that the 2021 Boilermaker has now been postponed to Sunday, October 10th. And we all know that 2020 has been a very different kind of year. So much has changed over the past 366 days.
2020, there will never be another one in our lifetimes, that's for sure.